Yeah.
Hey.
Can I use your phone? My phone died.
You want to use my phone?
But I want to text court, so I can't use the house line.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. There you go.
Thanks. I'll be right here in your room.
The emotional toll on Kendall has deeply affected her, leading to a rift within the family. In a surprising twist, Kris Jenner has teamed up with none other than Disick to become a protective figure in Kendall's life. This unexpected alliance has escalated the stakes in their mission to shield Kendall from further heartache. Together, Kris and Scott are going to great lengths to uncover the truth about Corey's past and his intentions. But the big question remains, will this bold move pay off, or will it backfire in a dramatic way? As Kendall struggles with the emotional fallout from her breakup with Corey, Kris becomes increasingly concerned about the lasting impact on her daughter's mental well-being. Despite Kendall publicly announcing her decision to walk away from Corey, Kris believes his influence still looms over her, and she's determined to protect Kendall at all costs. According to a source close to Kris, she's especially worried that Kendall's heart may still be tied to Corey and is unwilling to let her go down a painful path again. However, Kris knows that confronting Corey on her own could prove difficult. Knowing that confronting Corey alone would be challenging, Kris enlists the help of Disick, someone who's been part of the family for years and understands its dynamics like no one else. And despite his complicated history with Kourtney, Scott has always been fiercely loyal to the Kardashian-Jenner family, especially Kendall, with whom he shares a unique bond. Scott's unwavering loyalty to Kendall makes him the perfect ally in this mission. Scott's like a brother to Kendall, an insider reveals. He's always had her back, and when Kris asks for his help, he didn't hesitate. Kris and Scott's plan is simple but risky. They need to uncover the truth about Corey's past and ensure Kendall knows exactly what she's up against. Their first step is digging into Corey's history, his business dealings, past relationships, and any skeletons in his closet. What they discover leaves them both stunned. Allegations of financial manipulation, questionable business practices, and past relationships marred by scandal and drama. These shocking revelations are just the beginning. Kris, already deeply protective of Kendall, is even more convinced that Corey has a pattern of toxic behavior. Corey's past could be a reflection of his future, a source says. And Kris is determined to shield Kendall from repeating that painful cycle. Scott, being the more strategic thinker, suggests they confront Corey directly. If we're going to do this, we need to face him head on, he insists. We can't let him continue manipulating Kendall or playing mind games with her. Kris agrees, but is adamant that Kendall must be prepared for what's coming. She doesn't want to blindside Kendall, says the insider. Kris knows this will be an emotional moment for her daughter, so she's taking steps to make sure Kendall feels supported every step of the way. The day of the confrontation arrives, and the tension is palpable. Kris and Scott seize the opportunity to corner Corey at a family gathering, where they present the shocking evidence they've uncovered. Initially caught off guard, Corey quickly becomes defensive and tries to downplay the allegations. This is all nonsense, he insists, clearly rattled. But as Kris presses him further, the situation intensifies. Corey's defensiveness turns into anger, and his true colors begin to show. "You're just trying to tear us apart," he shouts. "You have no right to get involved in my personal life." Kendall, watching from the sidelines, is visibly distressed. The confrontation is taking an emotional toll on her, and she pleads with Kris to stop, torn between her family's intervention and her own feelings for Corey. "Please, Mom, stop," Kendall says, her voice trembling. "This isn't helping." It's then that Scott steps in, his tone calm but firm. "Kendall, listen to us," he says. "We're doing this because we love you. You deserve to be with someone who respects you and treats you right." For Kendall, this moment is a turning point. As she watches her family's fierce protection of her, she begins to question whether her relationship with Corey was ever as real as she once believed. The realization hits her hard, and her emotional walls begin to crumble. And later that evening, after the confrontation, Kendall is emotionally shattered. She seeks comfort from her sister Kylie, breaking down in tears and confiding in her about the overwhelming weight of everything she's been through. "I just don't know anymore," Kendall admits. "I thought I knew who he was, but now I'm not so sure." Kylie, who has always been protective of Kendall, reassures her sister. "You're doing the right thing," she says. "You don't need someone like that in your life. You have us. You don't have to go through this alone." Social media quickly lights up with messages of support for Kendall as fans praise her strength in the face of adversity. One fan writes, "Kendall's strength is unmatched. It's not easy to make tough decisions like this, but she's doing what's best for herself." Walking away from someone you once thought you loved isn't easy, but Kendall is doing it for herself, and fans are rallying behind her. Such one fan writes, "It's not easy to walk away from someone you thought you loved, but she's doing it for herself." Another adds, "Kris and Scott's love for Kendall is undeniable. They're doing what any family should, protecting their own." Despite the emotional toll of the confrontation, Corey isn't backing down quietly. Unwilling to accept defeat, he retaliates on social media with a series of public statements. Corey accuses Kris and Scott of meddling in his personal life, claiming they are acting out of jealousy and a need for control. "The Kardashians just can't let me be," Corey says in one post. "This is all just manipulation." While Corey's attempts to paint himself as the victim gain some traction in certain circles, the Kardashian-Jenner family stands united and resolute. Kris quickly releases a statement affirming the family's unwavering support for Kendall and their commitment to protecting her from anyone who might cause her harm. "We will always prioritize Kendall's happiness and well-being," Kris says. "No one will manipulate or control her, especially not someone who doesn't have her best interests at heart." As Kris's statement hits the public, fans flood Kendall's Instagram and other social media platforms with messages of support. Many fans praise Kris and Scott for stepping up when Kendall needed them most. One fan writes, "Kris and Scott are real heroes. They're showing the world what it means to have your family's back, no matter what." Another adds, "Kendall is brave for choosing herself over a toxic relationship. We're all so proud of her." I want to start by the outpouring of support from fans serves as a powerful reminder that in the end, family comes first. Kendall's decision to step away from Corey speaks to her strength and resilience. As she begins to rebuild her life, she finds comfort in knowing that her family is there to support her every step of the way. While the road ahead may not be easy, Kendall is determined to move forward with strength and grace. Speculation already surrounds what her next steps will be. Whether she'll dive deeper into her modeling career, channel her experiences into a new project, or take time off to focus on healing. One thing is certain, Kendall is ready to embrace her future, and with her family by her side, she's more prepared than ever to face whatever comes next. Kendall's journey is a powerful reminder that family will always have your back, no matter the challenges. What do you think about Kris and Scott teaming up to confront Corey? Do you think it was the right move? Or do you believe family interference can go too far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on your favorite celebrities.